everybody. Welcome to It's Sybil. I am Sybil Wilkes, and it is great to have the gang all back again. Hello, Chris Paul.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you and to you too, Mr. Lowdown.
I wanted to be the first one to say Happy Valentine's Day, and to you as well, Coy.
And happy Valentine's Day, young Coy Malone. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing good. Huggy tried to call me early today, but I wouldn't answer the phone just in case he was going to wish me happy Valentine's Day.
Well, you
Yeah, is that a breaking a man law?
That is a man law.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And Huggy, were you aware of that, or were you calling just to mess with his head and wish him
I don't
a
know.
happy Valentine's Day?
That's the old Negro stuck in his ways, Sybil. Old Negro stuck in his ways. You never know, man. You never know, man. It's like, I was great. Wish that fool a happy Valentine's Day.
Do you send flowers or candy to each other?
No, not at all.
Not at all, huh?
I don't even wish the fool a happy birthday, Sybil. So you know I ain't wishing them a happy Valentine's Day.
What about a happy Father's Day? What about, Merry Christmas? What about, all of that stuff?
None of those.
Not even.
And shout out to all you ladies out there who have a man who pronounces Valentine's with an M in it.
Valentine.
Shout out to all you ladies.
Valentine's, right.
All you ladies who know your man is dumb as hell.
Valentine's.
But you love him anyway.
Baby,
and for all the ladies who are out there,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Hug, say again?
You know, the Valentines. Those are the dudes that still got their tree out.
Hey, nothing wrong with still having your Christmas decorations up.
And also, ladies, go check your man's car and see if his gas tank is full. Because if it is, you know where he got those roses, right?
That's okay. It's just nice to be remembered.
Okay.
And for those who don't have a Valentine, a happy Galentine's Day.
Yeah, I heard that's trending. A whole lot of women are having little brunch sets and call it Galentine's Day.
Galentine's. A lot of that this weekend.
Which they drink a gallon of mimosas.
A gallon of mimosas is a good start, Chris Paul. Absolutely.
And then it turned into a sip of pint.
Oh, you crazy guys. Yeah, a lot of women over the weekend would have brunches and spa dates and things like that, and celebrating Galentine's Day. So
I'm not mad at that. Good for that.
And especially on the day of the Super Bowl, when some women, had no interest in participating in watching the game, or for whatever reason, and so they would go out and I know I went to have a beauty service done on Sunday, and there were a lot of women who were gathered to have services done as well. So,
were men having Galentines?
Galentines? That's called Super Bowl Sunday.
Well, you need to ask Coy about that one.
Why me?
You're in Atlanta, aren't you?
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
Galentine.
So, young Coy, how are you?
Busy as ever.
Okay. All right. So some things aren't changing for you.
They are not. It's like sometimes I don't like to be looked at as the person that can do it all, because then people just hand all to me and say, here you go.
And then, do you have the ability to say no?
What the hell did she just hold up, though, Sybil?
I know. She has something on
a dinner plate / laptop.
iPad.
Okay.
Yes, an iPad. No, sometimes I do have the ability to say no, and sometimes the circumstance doesn't allow for me to say no. Case in point, I can't just walk away while I'm at work. I mean, I can, but that might, cut into my finances.
Stop doing this shit.
Okay, I gotta get paid.
Well, yeah, I think that's the issue there.
Right.
Okay. Getting paid and not being able to turn down, well, they say all good money ain't good, but sometimes you got to take care of yourself.
And then there was the pandemic.
Well, I hope everybody is having a good Valentine's, Galentine's
you said you had a female service, something. What you say? You went to where?
I went to have a beauty service. I went to get my lashes done.
Okay, a beauty service.
Yeah.
See, fellas can't speak like that. I went to have a service.
I went to have my
I
lashes
mean,
done, and I don't know if you can see it through my glasses, but
They're very pretty. So very
got
pretty.
new fresh lashes anyway. All right, you guys, let's turn to what's going on in
Long as
terms of
they're
the
not
topical.
these. So I hate these.
The Bambi lashes.
Oh,
butterfly wings.
yeah. The ticklers.
Happy topical day as well. A lot of things going on today. Let's wish a happy bicentennial to the country of
Ticklers.
Liberia.
I'm sorry.
February 14th, 2022. This marks the arrival of the first free Black Americans to Providence Island in Liberia in 1822, which led to the establishment of the city of Monrovia, and in 1847, the Republic of Liberia. Happy bicentennial,
Happy
Liberia.
bicentennial.
Happy bicentennial.
Hey, happy bicentennial.
Who knew? 200 years, huh? That's
Probably one
really
of the
pretty
youngest
cool.
countries in Africa. Yeah.
I have some good friends from Liberia.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Did you wish a happy
Sing to 'em,
bicentennial?
Chris. Sing to 'em.
Sing to them?
Yeah.
I'm not singing the Rip.
Yeah.
Rip and John and George.
They from Liberia for real?
Yeah, their parents are from Liberia.
Bro, I thought they was from Columbia, Maryland.
No, they live in Columbia, Maryland now.
By way of Liberia.
Yeah.
I never knew that, bro.
Right.
And are they Liberians or Liberians?
Liberians from Liberia.
Well, one of them
there
is
once
now,
was a librarian from Liberia.
one of them now is the fire chief in Alexandria, Virginia. One is a big time sales rep, and the other one is a retired Maryland state trooper.
Oh, nice.
Man, I should have grew up in Columbia, Maryland.
They came to Liberia and lived the dream, huh?
Yeah, man.
Those are some hard-working folks.
Live the African dream.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds like Coy's kind of people. So let's talk about a Ukrainian update. How close are we to war? Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is headed to Europe as Russian President Putin is readying the Ukraine invasion force, is the headline. Lloyd Austin traveling to Europe for meetings with NATO leaders as Russia added more military forces around the borders for an invasion that is expected any day. Now, he will meet with NATO defense ministers in Belgium, then travel to Poland on the alliance's eastern flank, and then he'll meet with that country's president and visit with deployed forces at an air base, according to the chief Pentagon spokesperson. So this is his attempt to go out and to view the troops and kind of pump them up and things like that. The president has said the U.S. military will not deploy into Ukraine, which is not a member of NATO or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, Northern Alliance rather, is instead prepared to protect alliance members. On Friday, he ordered an additional 3,000 soldiers from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, to go to NATO member Poland after sending 1,700 troops there earlier this month. So I don't know about you guys, but it has been very interesting to me to watch these news reports because, it's always a breaking news and news update kind of deal with this thing with Ukraine. And up until just about this past weekend, the president of Ukraine was saying, I don't know what you all are talking about. Nothing. We're good. We're good. And the people were, out doing their normal, Ukrainian day-to-day living and what have you. And it was almost as if, I felt as if we were being gaslighted because it was like, we see what's happening. You don't see it. And you and Putin are like, no, nothing. We're just, military exercises or, there's no war, no invasion. And then I forgot. This guy has no foreign policy or military experience. The president of Ukraine is a former comedian, stand-up.
Are you serious?
Yes.
He's a Huggy Lowdown?
No, he's a Donald Trump.
Right.
And I resent that. You said former comedian, Coy, so you just took a shot at me. Oh.
No, you're a comedian, but what if you decided to run for prime minister? I don't know.
I think he would be a lot better than what Ukraine has right now.
Wow.
Don't be
Chris,
fooled.
Who's
They
how
on?
know
crazy
they
is
know it's
that?
coming. They know this is coming in the
Wow.
Ukraine. They know they're about to be attacked, and everybody's preparing right now. They're shutting things down. It's so bad they even shut down the liquor stores in the black neighborhoods in the Ukraine, and they never shut down liquor stores in black neighborhoods.
Where will they get their black and milds, Chris?
I don't know. Did you know there were black Ukrainians?
Yeah. You know, quid pro quo Joe. He used to be at the liquor store.
And do they have brothers standing on the corners? We'll work for Ukrainian dollars. I don't know.
Yep, it's coming.
It's coming, and
Let me
they're
tell you
calling
something, Sybil.
Putin.
Putin don't practice.
No, there is no practice.
There's no practice. Putin don't practice. He doesn't practice.
Have you all come in contact with anyone whose family member has been deployed?
Mm-mm.
That's what I'm concerned about because
I have some friends from Ukraine. Rip, John, and George. They're all live in Ukraine and Liberia. Huggy, what are you looking at me like that for? They're Ukrainian Liberians.
Is that wow?
Yeah.
That's a heck of a combination.
They've done it all.
Their
You're
moms
a
from
damn lie,
Ukrainian.
Chris Paul.
Chris, I'm gonna have to see some
Some
genealogy
documentation.
charts or
I
something
know,
from
man. He's
Dr.
tripping
Skip.
over that. Not unless there's in a witness protection program over there. What's going on?
But the U.S. is shutting down the embassy, right?
Uh-huh.
They're moving it, and they've been told to destroy all the computers.
Exactly.
Really? Why not just take the computers? They said
Well,
destroy them.
They just
Yeah,
that's
right.
how quickly they want to get people out. It's like a couple of weeks ago when they killed one of the high-ranking ISIS leaders, and the helicopter had a bad landing, and so they didn't want to take time to fix it, so they set that thing on fire.
Well, you don't have to tell the black employees to destroy their computer. We don't want y'all seeing what we've been doing on work time. You don't want to see the browsers we got open in our computer.
What do you mean he was on Fashion Over for 3 hours? Well, it is Valentine Day.
So they wouldn't be like me just playing a little solitaire on the side, huh?
That too.
Not less solitaire somebody on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, World Star.
World Star. Yeah.
Shade Room.
Right.
Okay.
Report.
So I'm just wondering, are you all as concerned about this whole thing, or do you think that once Putin gets a taste of the conditions and the things that the takeaways that Biden is hoping to implement, that they will stop all of this?
It seems to me that before he went and got his troops at the border and before he planned this invasion, he has to know that the United States would hit them as hard as they could with sanctions.
Did he not know that we had changed administrations and that they're not his snuggle buddies anymore?
So he's already thought about this.
You kind of get spoiled with the last administration because they was just like carte blanche. You know, he had a welcome mat.
Yeah. He had the key.
Yeah, he was like.
Coy, are you concerned?
I'm just waiting to see what happens. It's like we start talking about Putin, then I'm waiting to see what is going on.
Well, I mean,
What is
we all are,
happening?
but are you concerned?
Putin is about that smoke now. You act like he's a folklore or a bully that you heard be knocking people out on the block. Like I ain't never seen him put that work in.
Right,
You know, like,
right. Or characterized on Saturday Night
He
Live.
is about that life. Trust and believe.
Yeah,
Right.
but
His critics in Russia end up dead.
Yeah.
Or green.
And in various ways, they'll poison you.
Oh, yeah,
They'll,
right.
whatever
Hit you with some
way.
sonic boom waves. I mean, all types of stuff, bro.
And what are the sanctions that we're looking at? I mean, have you seen the price of chicken wings here in America? I feel like we have sanctions against us. Who imposed sanctions against America?
This is the what we have are inflation sanctions. I think that his is going to be a little
But
well.
Chris
I was
is
going to say hit him
obviously
in the pocket
upset
more,
about
but
these
maybe
wings.
not.
Have you had the wings from Liberia though, Chris?
Very spicy, very spicy.
Very spicy, bro.
And does the Liberian girl, does she like the Liberian chicken wings?
Liberian girl.
Remember that?
Girl.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. Huh?
Liberian girl.
All right. So in the District of Columbia, the mayor is making changes to the mask mandates and the vaccines.
They just put the mask mandate in place. I mean,
Man,
the vaccine mandate. They just put it in place.
Bruh, they are flip-flopping over here, bruh.
There's a lot of flip-flopping, and it's not just there. DC mask mandates will be allowed to expire February 28th, according to Mayor Muriel Bowser, as COVID-19 cases decline. The end date was previously set, but she said she could have opted to push it back. The expiration means that starting March 1st, masks will no longer be required in the following places: restaurants and bars, sports and entertainment venues, gyms, houses of worship, grocery stores, retail establishments, other businesses, just businesses, and the government facilities with no public interaction. But masks will be required in the following places: any private business that chooses to keep the mask mandates, in schools, childcare facilities, healthcare and medical facilities, libraries, nursing homes, assisted living, shelters and dorms, correctional facilities, public transportation, that includes taxis and rideshare vehicles, and DC government facilities that do have direct interaction with people.
So
no strip club. No strip clubs.
There was never
No
a
strip
mask
club,
mandate. There's
Sybil?
no mask mandate in a strip club, bro.
I don't see that, but I don't know that, as Chris said,
You don't
I
see
know
the
that they've ever
masks.
had those. Have they had mask mandates, Hug?
You go.
Shut up. Huh?
So dig. Last week of January, Huggy and I had a big show we had a scheduled big show at the Arc Theater in DC.
Uh-huh.
We had to reschedule it because they imposed this vaccine mandate, and we had to reschedule it because we had to give refunds to everybody, because you can't tell them now they have to have vaccine to get in.
Right.
All the people who had bought tickets before.
Right.
So we had to push it back a couple of weeks, and we just had it last week. And now they're going to lift the vaccine mandate. It's like they did this just to mess with us. Huh?
The vaccine mandates messing with you, Chris, are going to go away. The vaccine mandates go away on Tuesday. Proof of vaccinations will no longer be required in public places such as restaurants and entertainment venues.
And one woman at the show, remember, she was
crying,
they sent Huggy outside to talk to her. Her friends had all invited her for her birthday, and she's the only one that couldn't come in because she's not vaccinated.
Right.
Wow.
Her girlfriends were all in there. Right.
And they wanted me to go out there to do damage control. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Remember, she asked Huggy to call the mayor and call so-and-so.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I don't have the mayor number on this phone.
Not on that phone.
Bro, that is crazy, bro.
It's bananas. It's
this
bananas.
Is crazy.
She says pulling back the mask mandates and the proof of vaccination mandates is not a premature move. She said we have to be nimble if something is to change, like it changed in December with the new contagious variant. Nimble.
Is that the word she used, nimble?
She said nimble. And she says she's not rolling back requirements yet for DC schools and the students and the staff.
The only mayor we've ever had in DC that made any kind of sense smoked crack. Know that. The only mayor we've ever had in DC that made any sense was a crack smoker.
You mean to tell me I got it?
People that smoke crack got a plan.
Some people are vaccinated and boosted up.
We have less than a minute, but I just want to get just a quick reaction to the Super
I got
Bowl.
a tattoo of my vaccination card for nothing, Sybil.
Right. I just want to get a quick reaction from you guys about the Super Bowl. How do you feel about the game? And did you like it? Did you win any money? Did you lose anything in the LA Rams?
I should have bet.
I bet on the refs, Sybil. I won a couple of dollars.
Oh, so you won?
Yeah, that was a kind of like a fluke call right there, bro.
One of these refs, one day these refs are going to mess up, and when they pull their flag out, all this money going to come out their pocket.
Keep on coming out. Like,
I knew it! No, but the game was just all right. The halftime show was phenomenal.
Yeah, you didn't even want to watch the rest of the game after the halftime.
Right. The rest of the game was a letdown.
Yeah.
I did see the halftime, which, as you said, was phenomenal. It was part celebration, part protest.
Right.
But we'll talk about that a little bit later. It's now time for us to move to what you need to know, or actually, what's really going on. And that what's really going on is our question of the day. And whether it's Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day, or just another
Or
day, it's this
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. As the Stevie song goes, love's in need of love today. So I'm giving people an opportunity to shout out that someone who needs some love today. It's, Valentine's, Valentine's, however, just people you think need some love today. Let's just. I'd like to shout out the people on our What You Need to Know staff. We have a tremendous group of people, young and a little bit older, who do great work every day, in not only in writing the stories and providing news updates and helping us with that, but also in our social media campaigns and things like that. A lot of great work. So let's start with you, Coy Malone, and a shout out to you as a member of the What You Need to Know staff. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Shout out to everybody at the treehouse.
Yes.
See, it
And all
never
the
fails.
doctors
You
on the
you can
front
get a
line.
reaction.
All the doctors out there.
Nice hug.
Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah. You hear
All
me,
the
Mom?
doctors, all the frontline workers out there. Um, I will give a shout of love out to all of the fire and police officers there, firefighters and police officers, especially in memory of those in my family. How about you, Chris Paul?
Oh,
I want to give a
teachers.
Valentine shout out to all the young people out there who are having a hard time in school right now. Maybe you're being bullied. Maybe you feel isolated and alone. I know Valentine's a time traditionally for love and everything, but just know that we here on this program, we love you all, and we hope you get through whatever difficulties you're going through right now. Remember back when you were a kid, everybody got a Valentine because you had to give Valentines to everybody in your class.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't think they do that anymore. Now it's just very selective. So now you have a possibility of young people just not even getting a Valentine because they're not
Mhm.
they're not liked in class or they're different or whatever reason.
And last year they couldn't do it because they were all separated.
Right.
They weren't in class together. And did you guys ever have? We used to have sending carnations to your friends and your girlfriends and boyfriends.
Mhm.
Did y'all have that?
Yeah,
I
we
used
had
I
that
used to
school.
bring canned spam to all my classmates.
He was the one that was different. That got that
So
different
did you grow
Valentine.
up in Hawaii?
As a husky child, I would have appreciated that.
Really. You was
They
a
were
husky
always
kid,
meant to be
Chris?
friends.
I was
That's
a
why
husky
y'all are
kid.
such buds today.
You was a husky
Mhm.
kid, Chris?
I was a husky kid.
Wow.
You could hear my corduroys when I walked.
Oh my God.
So
What
those
was
that are
the thread
watching,
count on your corduroys, bro?
what was the thread count on the?
I don't remember. How terrible is that? How can you? We have a society where you actually have a section of clothing for children and call it husky.
Now, I don't know. Do they still have that? Because they're very sensitive
I
to this
don't I
stuff.
don't I
Oh,
don't
no,
think
you
they
can't
have it
call
now,
them
but
nothing.
the fact that
Everything is
they
sensitive.
did, the fact that they ever did.
Right.
Heck,
Dang,
for
that
a
was
They
while,
even
real.
had jeans called Huskies, bro.
Mhm,
Remember Husky
husky
jeans?
jeans.
mhm.
Yep,
Tough
yep,
skins.
and the big girl store.
Did they?
Oh yeah.
They had Huskies for women?
Well, they didn't call them huskies, but they had the
What
plus,
they call them, Sybil?
the teen plus sizes.
Hell, it's so bad for women. They have a store called Dress Barn.
You're so wrong.
Dress Barn.
We are moving away from showing the love to people today,
And on Valentine's Day, Chris.
and,
What's
and
going
no
on, man?
less. So, if you'd like to send a shout out to someone today, we would love to hear that. Or if you just want to send a shout out to yourself, send some love to yourself. Send some your way. We will do that as well. I think that we can't love on each other enough in this day and age. We all could use a little extra, whatever it is to kind of keep us going, to propel us to the next, and to just know that someone else is in your corner. That's a good thing.
No, Coy, right behind you. Somebody's in your corner. Turn around. Oh, brother missed his
Better
cue.
not be.
We paid that brother good money. He missed his cue.
Okay, showing no love to the plants or anybody else there in the
Happy
apartment.
Valentine's Day to my sister too. She needs the love. All of my
Oh,
sisters, especially the one I sent. I just want to know she got her gift. I FedExed her a carton of cigarettes.
That says nothing says love like FedExing a carton of cigarettes to your loved one. Yeah.
I'll send a happy Valentine's Day to all the older parents and grandparents, because what I've come to know is, or come to see or hear from older parents and grandparents, that sometimes their children and grandchildren forget about them. They don't talk as often, they don't visit them as often. And I feel like those are the people that we kind of need to do a lot better with cherishing, talking to them, listening to their stories, their legacy, the life that they've lived. They're very, very important. And it's good to cherish them and love them while they're here.
You're right.
Are you guys seeing a lot of this on social media where there's a particular song that is being sung to someone you just lost, and then there's a couple of songs that are played, over and over again, but with different, photographic slides and videos and things like that. There's a lot of that going on, and it just kind of, grabs you in the heart there as you see this. But Coy, did you call and wish your mom a happy Valentine's Day?
She sent me a happy Valentine's Day. I need to respond because I've been
Yeah.
on the clock all day, but I definitely will.
Okay. Make sure before this day is over. Okay.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Okay. She took the time to wish you, and you didn't have
She
time in
did.
the ride home. Nothing.
Yeah, I think she was trying to kind of guess where I was in between my shifts. So she sent it when I could see it roll down my notifications, but not when I could answer, unfortunately. But I
Okay.
will.
All right, but you will. Okay. All
Mhm.
right. Okay, cool. Hey, Chris, how do you handle this with your daughter? Do you still send, Valentines, or do you send candy or flowers, or just text her and say what up? Happy VD?
Yeah, just texting. I didn't send her anything up to school because there's like problems with her mail there. Like
Mm.
I send stuff and it just never gets there.
Mm.
So I didn't want somebody in her little post office on campus eating her chocolates.
So chocolates upon her return home
Yes,
for
definitely.
vacation.
Definitely.
Yeah. What about you? Have you guys sent any gifts long distance or anything? Have you had any challenges? Their business, the flower business, is still doing well, but the price of flowers is
I
really
don't, I
going up.
don't, I don't trust the mail people now, Sybil, and it's a pandemic. I'm just waiting till it all blow over to just send gifts later on.
So you're counting on it blowing over.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's fair.
And hoping that it doesn't.
I knew I sent it.
That's why I didn't take my wife. I didn't take my wife to some fancy restaurant tonight. I said, you know what? This COVID out here, we're better off just staying at home.
Staying at home.
Staying at home.
It's a whole pandemic out here.
Right.
Well, aren't you about to travel for your show?
You mean my show Wednesday night at the Palm Beach Improv, and then Thursday night at the Dania Beach Improv?
Right. And
Yes.
then I'm in Jacksonville that Friday.
Wow.
The A Train Experience.
Showing some love to
Duval!
your upcoming gigs. Let me ask you this. Let's show some love to the people who are involved in the Super Bowl. Let's kind of switch it up a little bit, because I do want to show some love to. I mean, they got their props in the game, of course, but Matt Stafford, the quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams, put in. I didn't realize it was 12 years with the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, that feels like 30 years if you're a Lions fan.
Really. But good on him, and all of the things that he went through to get to that point. I mean, not only on the field but off the field. His wife had her health challenges and things like that, and then you had Odell Beckham Jr. Oh my gosh.
Right.
I want to send some love to that young man because he got to the game. He got to the big game.
And he was on his way to being the MVP, Sybil.
Yeah.
He was having that game, and he just
Then Cooper Cup tripped him.
He tripped over the cup.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Coop. So there are people like that who I want to send some love to, and also on the other side, Cincinnati, the city of Cincinnati, really showed up for the players, for the game, and
They
supported.
didn't have to go to school today either.
No school. That's showing love to the city of Cincinnati, right?
Because they thought they was going to win.
Well, they said before, win or lose,
Yeah,
we won't have school.
I was thinking after the game, though, if Cincinnati had won that game, they would have been very happy, but it wouldn't have meant as much to them as it does to the Rams players. Like the stories that you just told.
Right.
Everybody on that Rams team has been through something.
Right.
Meanwhile, on the Bengals, they've got the second youngest coach in all of football going for his first time. Joe Burrow, who won a national championship in college, he would have figured this is how it's just supposed to be for me.
Right.
Their superstar wide receiver, he's a rookie. They haven't. I mean,
but don't minimize that, though.
I'm not minimizing it, but I'm saying look at Coach McVay of the Rams. He already went to the Super Bowl and lost.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you got to go through these hardships and everything for it to really, really be sweet. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's sweet if you just show up and get your flowers.
Right.
Sometimes the flowers smell that much sweeter to you when you have to go through something to get them.
Is that true for you, Coy?
They smell sweeter when you have to go through something to get them. Yeah, but sometimes you don't want to go through all that.
That's called life.
That's just how I feel now.
That's called life.
How I feel right now.
I mean, if Michael Jordan beats the Pistons and wins a championship the first time, he's not crying when he holds that trophy.
Right.
He's not. But the reason he's crying is because he had
because of the struggle.
Because
of the journey, the struggle.
The struggle is real, right, Coy?
Right.
It is, and you almost can't believe that you made it to that goal that you set.
With Scottie Pippen on your team, right?
And then it took crazy Dennis Rodman to come in.
Everybody had their assignments. Everybody played their position.
Odell Beckham Jr. had nothing but tears flowing because the struggle is real. Look what he was thrown out and put in the trash. Right. Odell Beckham was treated like trash and kicked to the curb, and now he's a Super Bowl champion. I mean, those tears are real.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Look at Aaron Donald.
And he did it with his hair color, periwinkle. I think the color is called periwinkle.
Right.
Aaron
Donald. He's been on that team for 8 seasons, I believe it was. I mean, he was there building the whole process of building them to who they are now.
Right.
Yeah.
The struggle. He helped build the stadium, bro.
Right.
And what a stadium that is, huh?
Oh my gosh, Sybil.
Oh my gosh.
And what I hate is all these stories we're talking about of adversity and people who just fought the odds to win this championship. Who's the first person to give the mic to? The billionaire old white man.
The old owner. Yep.
Just a snore fest.
And Georgia Line Frontier is somewhere going, how the hell did he get there? Yeah, well, that's the way. But it's going to change, Chris. There's going to be a new sheriff in town, and especially as Black folks, because the commissioner promised that Black folks are going to get more involved. And
do that same song and dance every time. It's a problem.
And to all the militant folks on social media, Black people enjoying the halftime show yesterday does not mean we forgot there's no Black coaches.
Right.
Like they can't think we can't do both.
We can't do both. It's either one way or the other. Right.
We can't enjoy Snoop Dogg and Kendrick Lamar if there are no Black coaches in the league. Come on,
and
man.
don't forget an upside down 50 Cent.
Right.
Eminem taking a knee.
That's like finding out somebody militant got a white wife. Well, he's not militant. He's not Black. He's not for the cause. He's less militant. He's less for the cause. He's not for the struggle all the way.
Okay. Okay. Well,
You
you
know,
know what? Everybody has their take on this, but I do think that we should give people their flowers. We should give some love when they are, and don't rain on their parade, but encourage the sunshine and for them to go out and take in all of this.
Sybil, did you see on Bleacher Report, somebody from Bleacher Report uh, tweeted, "Why is 50 Cent upside down?" Did you see that, Chris? And they
No.
were like, "How old is the people working on your staff that don't know what's that about?" Like they didn't know. They said, "How old is your staff that they didn't know?" Like, why is 50 Cent upside down? Oh,
And
like Twitter,
people insulting his weight. 'Cause,
50 Cent.
like,
They,
yeah, like
they say
maybe he
Go ahead.
like maybe he wasn't upside down. He was up top and fell through.
Oh,
That's funny.
they say
That's
he a whole
funny.
dollar now. Yeah, he did. Where did he find those tank tops? Only 50 Cent wear those. They look like a
Those are
onesie.
made by
Like
Spanx.
a onesie.
Those are
Right.
Spanx.
Right. It's a Spanx.
Right.
Spanx onesie. All right, let's move to the What You Need to Know newsletter. And this, of course, is our Monday through Friday
You
newsletter.
forgot to give
Please
Mary
go to
J.
Sybil
Blige
Wilkes.
her love, Sybil.
I'm sorry.
Mary J. Blige. You gotta give her love.
Oh, I thought we mentioned Mary. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Sorry. Moving to
Sorry.
the What You Need to Know newsletter, it is time for us to talk about the stories that we put together every day and showing some love to the African American community with stories that affect us. Please go to SybilWilkes.com and it's absolutely free. It'll be in your email box every Monday through Friday morning. We start with young Coy Malone, giving her some love and the love and attention she gives to social justice stories. And Coy, you are talking about a young college student is the latest, and if I can put quotes around this, George Floyd.
Mm.
So here we are at Purdue University with 24-year-old Adonis Tuggle and his girlfriend who were having an argument near the veterinary building on the campus of Purdue University. There was a bystander somewhere in the area that decided to call the police, and Officer John Selk arrived on the scene, started asking questions. Adonis and his girlfriend were calmly explaining, yes, we were, having an argument, but they're very calm. So when he asked his girlfriend to explain to the officer what was going on, he stepped in between them and said, shut the F up and back up. And so Adonis says, there's no need to be disrespectful. And at that time, the officer says to him, all right, buddy, you're going down. He grabs Adonis, pushes him up against his girlfriend's truck. And then that's when he starts punching him and elbowing him in the face. They end up slipping and falling into the snow. This is when Adonis yells out to his girlfriend to start recording. This is where the viral video on social media begins. You can see the officer with his elbow in this 24-year-old man's neck on the ground, in the snow. He's punching him. You hear Adonis still yelling to stop. You're hurting me. You're choking me. The girlfriend tries to touch the officer and say, stop, get off of his neck. He threatens to tase her. The officer basically didn't stop until other officers arrived. This young man was arrested and charged with resisting the law, even though the law was choking him in the snow. So far, there's been a gathering of the Black Student Union who has demanded changes. There's an internal investigation going on. The officer has been placed on administrative leave, and he will remain on leave because he and the police department have received death threats. I did speak with the lawyer that is representing Adonis and his family, and the next action that's been taken is his mother has written a letter to the university president, basically demanding that the officer be held accountable and responsible, and that she is afraid for her son's safety because he chose to go to this school for the opportunity that it presented, for the safety of the community and the university, and now he's been subjected to police brutality on campus,
Mm-hmm.
which can be pretty traumatic for not only the student but his family. And I'm sure his girlfriend, she was there, couldn't do anything.
Well, she did the best that she could by providing
Mhm.
the evidence.
Right.
right? I think that's very important that we do commend her for having the presence of mind. It just, I don't know if it's just me, you guys, but it really, it hits me that young women especially are there doing the video and doing their due diligence in capturing the moment as her boyfriend is being physically abused by
Mm.
the police department. She has the presence of mind to keep her phone running to take the video of this, just as the young woman Darnella did in Minneapolis, that captured the video that changed the world.
Mm.
Hmm.
So helpless or not, she kept things going, and so I highly recommend, or give her a at a girl on that one, because it's that's, while you see it and like, oh shoot, what do I do? Call the police? No, here's the police.
Right.
Right. And she also yelled out to the police that were arriving to make this officer stop because he's gone too far. The incident has been so traumatic that she's asked to remain unidentified. She doesn't want her name out there, anything.
Well, good on her. And good on his mother. And did you get a sense from the attorney, Coy, when you talked to him about I believe the state police are involved in the investigation as well?
Yes, so as there is an internal investigation, the Indiana State Police will also conduct their own independent investigation as well. Where they are right now is they are not only are the police looking for the police body camera footage, but also the lawyer representing the family is demanding the police body camera footage. All of this is going to be taken into account during the investigation. If this does go to trial, or I think when this does go to trial, everybody's account will be taken into consideration, including Adonis, his girlfriend, anybody else that witnessed this violent arrest as well, and the
Wow.
cell phone video.
And the cell video. Beautiful West Lafayette, Indiana, Purdue University. Don't ask me how I know this well, but I do. And I'm really sorry for Adonis and his girlfriend, but I do hope that they get justice in this, because it could have gone it could have gone so much worse.
It could have. And then if you all have seen the video, if I'm not mistaken, he had on shorts. Like maybe he was coming from practice. I don't know where he was coming from, but to get choked like that in the cold,
Yeah, it's
that's
wintertime in
awful.
Indiana for sure.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good job, and hopefully we will have an opportunity to talk to them in the future, if not the near future. Want to also talk about a story that is in the newsletter, as the laws that the House passed regarding the right to vote and all of the options and availabilities therein, that passed in the House, but slam dunked in, not in a good way, but blocked by the Republicans in the Senate. Um, we know this, but the House Democrats also want you to know that, and Senate members, Democratic Senate members want you to know that they are still working in order to get justice. So much so, they sent a letter to the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, and want him to go the Department of Justice to provide ongoing accountability and advancement in the area of voting rights for Black citizens. A letter written, spearheaded by Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts, House Majority Whip James Clyburn of South Carolina, and Representative Mondaire Jones of New York. They and 40 other members of the Congressional Black Caucus sent this letter to the Department of Justice, and urging the Attorney General to aggressively increase efforts to protect voting rights, particularly for voters of color. And they said they called upon the DOJ to be creative, to be relentless and unapologetic in its commitment to do whatever it takes to ensure that every American has where the vote is counted, no matter how they look or where they live. And I think this is really important to talk about this story, to know that, they just didn't walk away as the vote was kicked to the curb, and especially by members like Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema. But it's also important to note that February 14th began the first day of early voting in the state of Texas, which is one of the leading states in terms of voter suppression. And it's very important. If you want to be about the change and fight this war, you have to strap up and go and vote like. And I know we said this time and time again, especially in 2020, but we have to vote in this midterm election like we've never voted before, because they are making it more difficult and there's more at stake. Just as Republicans are counting on the fact that historically midterm elections don't bring the people out and don't understand the importance of voting down the ballot, all those other people besides the president. This is really an important time. And I hope that people are doing their due diligence in not only registering to vote, but helping people to get out the vote and to support those candidates that are important to them.
Right.
You got to show up. No matter how difficult it is or how inconvenient they're trying to make it for us, you've got to show up, because their entire side is just counting on you, just like they did in the last election.
Yeah.
They actually planned and counted on us not showing up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And we did, and you see what happened. You got it,
Yeah.
but you got to keep showing
they
up.
try to create the laws to suppress the vote. Like, how can we suppress this? They keep showing up. They keep showing up,
and
voting
so
legally.
we'll rig the vote.
How can we rig this? How can we legally rig this?
Yeah. And forget about laws. Forget about legalities, Hug.
No laws, because it's no laws. Because once they pass the law, the legal suppression is no longer illegal. The illegal is no longer,
And some of and keep this in mind too. There are a number of states in which governors are up for election, as well as the attorneys general and the secretaries of state. And where they don't have secretaries of state, they are appointing those particular positions. So you have Republican governors. If they win, then they are appointing secretaries of state. But the secretaries of state are the ones that run the elections.
They're stacking.
They are
That's
stacking.
all they do, stacking. They stack.
And Wisconsin is a really interesting state where they have their elections going on as well. And they normally have a bipartisan commission that runs the elections. Well, if the Republicans win in terms of the governor and the lieutenant governor and things in Wisconsin, that bipartisan commission is gone.
Again, it's gone.
And they can't win when we all show up.
When we vote.
And they're so desperate. I mean, come on.
It's blatant.
They said you can't bring people water.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Excuse me?
That's desperate.
Bro, who put
water?
Yeah.
Water?
Right.
And let's talk about the Republican-led states as they are redrawing the districts or not changing the districts, the congressional districts like Alabama. And the United States Supreme Court says, yeah, you're right. Black folks, even though they're over 25% of the population, they don't deserve to have a second congressional district.
Which is crazy, bro. They are going on gerrymandering. Gerrymandering drive-bys, bro.
Yeah, I love that.
That's exactly what they're going on, bro.
Yep, absolutely. I want to end on a happier note through an interesting twist of fate in our Black history. Yeah. Twist of fate in our Black history segment. We like to talk about Black girl magic. And the original story was supposed to be about Elena Myers Turner. What does that girl's last name? I forget. Elena Myers. If you saw her in the Sunday Olympics, she initiated.
The Olympics started, Sybil?
Yeah, the Olympics are going on, Hug. But she started a new a run in a new race, and it's called the monobob. She got silver. But the woman that we featured last week, her name is Erin Jackson. And that was the story that ran again today. And so want to give a shout out to Erin Jackson, who became the first African-American woman, first woman of color of any country to win gold in speed skating. She's a former inline skater and roller derby queen.
Yeah, they said she just put on skates. I saw a video of her. They said she just put on skates. How many years ago, Sybil?
It's under 5.
Good night. That's that Black girl magic.
Boy. Yeah. Yeah. And she has been on the come up since about 2016. And she has, she won her first 500-meter speed skating in the World Cup Games in Poland, and broke two track records, making her the first Black American woman to win the World Cup gold. Now she is the first Black woman to win speed skating gold for America. It's
That's
really
Excellent.
good on
cool.
her.
Excellent.
That's great. Good on her.
Yeah,
Now all
absolutely.
these companies need to bless her with that money, bless her with
Okay.
that bag, give her
Okay.
due diligence,
Yeah.
give her
With
that
with
bag.
the speed that she showed us
Right.
on the track, they should be doing that with her and coming with the
Absolutely.
with the bag.
Absolutely. Congratulations,
Absolutely.
young lady.
Yeah. So that is our What You Need to Know newsletter update. And please don't forget, it's absolutely free. Go to SybilWilkes.com to sign up, and it makes a great Valentine's Day gift or post. All right, let's move to entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. And the world famous Hollywood sign, as they call it, the iconic Hollywood sign,
Hmm.
has been is in the process of being updated. You will no longer read Hollywood for the next several days. LA officials are in the process of changing the letters to Rams House after the Super Bowl win.
Hmm.
The mayor said the victory over the Cincinnati Bengals, that the makeover would take place, and the workers set up shop near the sign to implement that change. And as Monday was progressing, they had a couple of letters up, like the R and the A, and hopefully they'll have that done by the end of the day. And it'll only be up for a few days. I think it's only up until they have the celebratory parade.
They got that idea from us here in D.C. We took the Washington D.C. sign and changed the letters to "Fire Dan Snyder."
And how's that working for you?
I mean, Huggy and I just changed it yesterday, so
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I suspect that there are several women within that organization that will help you with that.
Well, I actually read today that whole notion of firing Dan Snyder is picking up traction. Like they said, the owners are just really getting sick and tired of him.
Yeah.
They're just getting sick and tired of him.
Yeah.
So
And they said that they might have found the votes in order to make that change.
mhm.
Well, we found a new mascot. They said they was going to do a doppelganger of The Rock after seeing him yesterday, doing the whole intro with the
Uh-huh.
whole one piece,
The onesie.
the one maroon
Yeah.
ghost. Yeah. So they thinking about having a Rock doppelganger for the Commanders mascot.
The
Mm.
Commanders mascot. Wow. The Washington Commanders.
So, how you feel about that name, Chris?
I mean, imagine they say that the name is rooted in the military, the history of
Right.
the military. Imagine just showing up and naming yourself a commander after being a private all these years. You're at the bottom of the NFC East. You're one of the worst teams in football, and just declare yourself the rank of a commander. Get the hell out of here! Get the hell out of here with
Is it
that.
anything like making yourself a bishop in the church, Chris?
Yes. So,
Yeah.
so Bishop me up. Remember Bishop me up, bro?
Yep. Bishop me up.
Bishop me up.
Bishop me up out of DC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bishop me up.
Myron Burris,
His bishop.
Yes, Bishop, of
Bishop
course.
me up.
Bishop me up.
Bishop me up. The last thing I do want to talk about, welcome back to Whoopi Goldberg. She is back on The View after her 2-week suspension. She looked rested, and she showed what a class act she has been and will always be. Nothing in her return, in her conversation, and definitely not shying away from any tough conversations. She was back at work, and right off the bat, she addressed the elephant in the room, telling the audience she was grateful to return after her suspension.
Oh, I thought Chris Christie was a guest.
That's a whole different elephant, Chris.
Yeah.
Huggy.
Yeah.
America better recognize the greatness of Whoopi Goldberg.
For real.
She's not just a talk show host on The View. All you young folks who just know her from that.
Right.
Check her Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's one of the few people that received an EGOT.
Yeah.
Right. She
Yeah.
is
The
phenomenal.
Emmy, the Grammy, the Oscar, and the Tony.
She is phenomenal.
Yeah, she's the truth. She is the truth. And I don't know because I didn't watch while she was away, but they missed her according to reports. So good on her for
Of
coming
course they
back
did.
and being the wonderful individual that she is. All right, it's time for Yogi's Jewel.
Yogi's Jewels.
Yogi's Jewels.
Yogi's Jewels.
Yogi's Jewels.
Yogi's
Yogi's
Jewels.
Jewels.
Yogi's
Yogi's Jewels.
Yogi's
Yogi's Jewels.
Yogi.
Yogi's
I mean
Jewels.
Yogi.
In Technicolor.
That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Showing some love to Yogi's Jewels today. Speak the things that you want out loud. Coy, speak the things you want out loud so that you can hear them. Chris and Huggy, your voice is the most important voice.
Sipping paint.
$1 million.
Bro, that's one of those Twilight Zone endings. You want to sip and paint, and you end up being one of the painters. You gotta be specific, bro.
Yeah, you have to be very
You gotta be
specific. Okay?
I thought they called it sipping paint.
Sip and paint. You
Oh,
would be one of those.
God.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, you guys. I'm glad you guys are back. We missed you, and please, thank you for your time. To you and Chris and Huggy and to Coy, and for those of you watching and listening, we thank you for
Happy
your time
Valentine's
as well.
Day. So there was plenty of time to still make papados.
Okay.
So text me. You didn't think I was going to show today?
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Where fun meets festive. Bye, everybody. Happy
Florida, here we
Valentine's
come.
Day. Thanks so much for your time. Aloha.